Hi, this is Jim Starkweather with the KitMaker Network. Today we have on our Cracking the Box episode a Panda PH35002. That's right, their second release. This one is the Russian 2S6M Tunguska anti-aircraft artillery unit. This is a variant that was kind of mid-production in their modernized anti-aircraft units. Came out around 1990. The original unit, the 9K22 Tunguska, was very similar. Same basic unit, but it had older systems, and that one was originally developed in 1970. So I believe they've also updated it recently as of 2003, and now there's a newer unit out. The unit is armed with twin 30mm guns, has 8 SA-19 Grayson is the NATO designation, but SA-19 surface-to-air missiles. I believe you can follow this up online with your own if you need to do your own research, but I believe the unit has full radar and some jamming capability, if I'm not mistaken. So a very modernized piece of Soviet, right at the cusp, obviously, this unit in terms of the end of the Cold War, going into Russian service versus being Soviet service. It's also in a lot of other post or ex-Soviet bloc states, as well as I believe even countries like Greece have some units. So let's take a look, shall we? This being only the second release from Panda, the first was obviously the U.S. MRAP vehicle, and that came out about the same time as one of the other manufacturers brought out, not the same unit, but a similar MRAP. Notice right off the bat with the instruction manual, I don't know if you can see this, but it has some kind of discoloration. Might just be a one-off kind of scenario with my manual, but not going to affect anybody in terms of being able to read the inside. The instructions look to be well detailed, a little small in some areas here, but otherwise good detail. In terms of CAD drawings and so forth, lots of arrows and what people expect to see in modern instructions. Absolutely no language, though. It's all numbers and designations and arrow pointing. A limited scheme here for decals and painting. So obviously it's not a camouflage scheme or anything provided. The plastic's wrapped in plastic with staples, which I can easily remove, thank goodness. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the main pieces, then we'll get some closer looks. This is obviously some of the suspension as well as maybe some of the missile housings. And again, we'll get closer looks at that. Let's take a look at the hull. Again, with the staples. Two-piece upper and lower hull here. It looks like it's pretty good. It's let me see how the fit is when I put these pieces in here. That looks pretty good. On to the back, everything's lining up. So a lot like the older kits, though, where you got to worry about this kind of effect. You can get that just right in your clamps. I think a little sanding around some of these edges will probably fix some of these issues. Detail looks good. Again, I can go with this with a closer camera shot. I'm not sure. I think I'm on fixed focus. Yeah, I am. So we'll take a look at that also when we get all set up for a closer look. Obviously, this is a pretty rare subject matter kit. Don't believe anything other than resin maybe in the past has come out for this. So again, this is a dual, same sprue, more drive wheels. I'm definitely seeing, and again, I'll give a shot of this later, but I'm seeing some flash on this particular piece on the drive sprockets there. Not seeing it on this piece, so a little bit of ink. Well, actually, I am seeing it right here, same spot. All right, so we'll get a closer look on those. Just kind of getting everything out of the packaging here. And again, if anybody's watching this for the first time, this is interesting. It's got your ring for the turret, and then a top ring area. I think looking at the picture here to see what's what. Some of the tracks, which very interesting little. Yeah, not sure what. I think all these little balls obviously are just excess plastic in the injection molding process. We've got a little piece of copper wire. Again, some larger screws here. Let's take a look at. I'm doing better with the sound now, so I think I've got the sound thing down. All right, so again, I'll let me get this out of the way and take a look at the last couple pieces, and then raise this up here to where we can see Photo-Etch with decals. This is the top turret bit with the center top section, and again, I will get closer in that too. All right, so let's go ahead and adjust here, and then I'll give you guys a closer look on all the sprues, as well as the tracks and pretty much everything else. Oh no, his voice is going out. That's because I'm getting further away from the microphone. All right, so we're all set, and I just need to get something here for adjustment's sake, and I'm going to get it down low enough where I can get the right setting. And I apologize, but I do like to do these on the fly, so I believe that's going to be about right. Yep. Okay, so let's take a look at the main housings in the hull first. Here's the top again of the turret section. I'm seeing some nice detail here. I would, just for this particular shot, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this in focus for you guys. So there's definitely some nice little details here. Looks good. Again, not an expert on this vehicle, but in terms of just production quality and plastic, don't see any flash issues or any push pins on the exterior, push pin marks, some on the inside obviously, but nothing there. All right, so then we'll take a look at this piece. Again, looks pretty good. I'll try to get this up just a bit higher. There we go. That's better. Again, I think this is part of the upper turret section, or at least the kind of mid-turret portion. And then this ring also goes with that same setup, I believe. Let's take a look at some of the plastic, and I'll maybe go to that piece I was using the flash. Actually, let's finish with the hull. So here's the hull sections for some close-up detail. Top of the hull, back of the hull. I couldn't get in the side there very well, but here, let me move my camera around here for a second. There we go. Camera readjust. There we go. Side. Anyways, so I'm going to go to the bottom, which really isn't a whole lot to see here, but looks like, again, good detail there. So this is the piece I was referencing earlier. Let me find it. I know, you can't hear me that well over here. All right. So, yeah, this is the piece I was talking about earlier with the flash. Pretty minor. I think you could probably get that off. Not too difficultly. Just make sure you don't prune any actual good plastic off. But here's some of these pieces, obviously. Let's see if I can restrict my lighting a bit more so I can even this up a bit. Yeah. All right. Well, that looks okay. All right. So some of the missile components. At least that upper missile. I'm not sure that one doesn't look like the right size missile for the main SA-19s. So I'm not really sure on that one. Maybe that's a specialty piece or something. Not sure if they'll release any more modern or older variants of this kit, obviously. I guess it'll probably depend on how well this one sells. But again, good detail in these parts. I'm not seeing a lot of excessive flash other than that piece I noted. Here's another piece with some pieces from various parts. Lots of little detail pieces, obviously. Some nice little detail there with cross webbing. Something transmission-y looking, or cover of something mechanical. Some of the upper portions of the hatches, I believe, and then again some small tubing or some kind of lines there, power lines or something. Let's see, here's some of the larger pieces. Some of the, I think, transmission or the drive housings here around probably the drive sprockets. Again, some doors, covers. There's a large rear plate there. I say rear, I don't know if it's on the rear, to be honest. Oh, that's some nice detail there in these. Okay, let's keep on looking. So this certainly has a lot of parts. Let's see if I can find a reference as to how many parts are in the kit. That's the same piece we looked at earlier. And here's another piece with these, the first pieces we looked at. Here's some of the drive wheels, or the main wheels, road wheels. And I think these are the missile firing tubes. Some of the other, again, I think some of the drive components for the suspension. Very small little hoses or wiring or some kind of tubing here, and some very nice small little handles, grab handles. Not the same piece. Actually, there's 3 of those pieces. All right, and we'll take a look at the tracks. Here's one of the pieces, and let me look at the other piece to see how they potentially go together. Interlock. So here's the other piece. You can see, essentially, it looks like a interlocking latch connection. So looks a bit tricky, actually, but hopefully not too bad, because obviously there are a lot of them. The manual again. I'm going to readjust. Back to autofocus. Let's see. Not a lot of information included in terms of parts number. Check the box again. 14 plus. Warning not suitable for children under 3 years old. Of course, if a child is playing with this or a 3-year-old is playing this, there is a problem. All right, I forgot to open the Photo-Etch, so let's take a look at that too. Excuse me. And I'm not sure how available this kit is right now. I did notice that it appears to be in stock at Pacific Coast Models, which they are an importer, I believe. So if you're trying to get one, that's one place to get it from. I did check online and looked around, and I did not see a lot of other potential options for that. So if you, again, are keen to get this kit, you're probably going to have a limited number of places to get it with right now, and potentially even later on, because the kit, the manufacturer obviously is not in wide distribution versus some of the kits that have been around for a long time. So here's the Photo-Etch, mostly grills on this one, and mesh. Looks good. Let's see if I can see who produced this for them. Looks like it's produced by Panda. Panda Hobby logo down here at the corner. And it's listed as 35002, so 2S6M, so specific for this unit. Same thing on this one. And again, let me reset I'm getting the best, unless it's auto-focusing here. Can't quite get, there's plastic wrap on this, and unfortunately the glare definitely, there's not a lot of light in the room, ironically. Got most of it just outdoor lighting coming in through blinds, so this camera is pretty sensitive. But as you can see from this piece, obviously there's some really nice detail work on this particular Photo-Etch. And then here's the decals. And again, for this specific unit, I believe that's a Russian emblem here on the left, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. And then just some standard number designations. All right, so again, this kit is probably in fairly limited availability right now. So if you're looking for it, Pacific Coast Models has it. I'm sure probably some of the other Asian sellers like Lucky Model and Hobby Link Japan probably also are either have it or trying to get a hold of it. So take a look online, see what you can find. Hope you've enjoyed this video review. That's all. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below in the comments section. Thanks.